Hi everyone, my name's Z Razak. Got to give the old budget summary or mini budget or whatever you want to call it. But Christmas came early today, I think. Good old Kwasi. I hope I'm saying his name right. Don't want to upset the gentleman, but he did do some big changes today, which I don't think people fully expected all of this. So I'm going to give you a quick summary. Not going to make this boring. I'm going to try to give you the high level. What does it mean to you? So first of all, right, I'm going to deal with personal tax in two parts. National insurance, right? So they introduced in April 2022 an uplift in national insurance, which affected four different areas. So if you're an employee, it increased your employee NI by 1.25%. If your employer increased it by 1.25%. So those first two parts have been reversed from 6th of November onwards. So you won't have to pay them from then onwards. Thirdly, it affected sole traders. So they put 1.25% on their class 4 national insurance. That's a bit of a weird one where it's going to be like a hybrid over the year. So they're going to stop it, but it's going to be a middle rate until April 2023. The crazy one is more around dividends, which obviously being a director of a limited company, I was hoping that would come in straight away, but it's from April 2023 when they're going to reverse it. So if you're a director for dividends, bit of a disadvantage until then. Sole trader is halfway house. But if you're an employee, happy days because it's going to happen straight away. So getting good bit of tax planning will help you on that. The next one is income tax. Wow. Income tax got a big hit today in a positive manner, because if you were one of these high flyers, high earners, let's start with them. I know part of the Liberal County will be like, Z, that doesn't affect a lot of people, but I've got to talk about the high earners. They do pay a bit more fees. For 150 grand and above, they've got Christmas big time, because 45% from next year, April 2023, doesn't exist anymore for them. It will just stay at 40%. That's a big one. Also, if you're earning dividends, which is a bit of a sneaky one thrown in, which is good as well, you don't have to worry about the higher rate. It went from 38.1 down to 32.5. You may not think, but if you have aspirations to make it big, this is going to be beneficial for you. The other one is for everybody across the board, is the 19%, which good old Rishi was talking about. Kwasi stole his dream and brought it in earlier. He's going to bring it from April 2023 to 19%. That's the income tax side. Now I have to deal with corporation tax. And I'll be honest with you, I'm biased. I'm an accountant, tax advisor, business owner, whatever you want to call me. I'm happy with this one because it was going to be a nightmare. It's no longer 25%. It's going to be 19% stay. And they were going to do some really crazy stuff. I would say probably else off here, but it was a bit mental, and it would have been very hard to account for this because they were going to spread it across companies and all the rest of it. And if you earn 50,000, but now don't need to worry about it. So happy days, big smile on my face. That's the corporation tax. The other one, which I think is a really good idea, and I think they need to go a bit further, but let's take what they've given us. The capital allowances, they've kept it at £1 million. And you can use this. It's called the annual investment allowance in a few different ways. So if you're into investing in your company, for example, you can carry on and get full 100% relief. The other part that a lot of people don't know, if I'm buying commercial property, or property that I'm using for commercial use of some sort, like service, accommodation, furnished, holiday let, Kwasi is our friend, because he's keeping it £1 million for that as well, where you can do embedded capital allowances. Definitely speak to a specialist on that, will make a big difference. So that's the fun around company size. The other bit that a lot of people will be asking is the stamp duty land tax. This is going to be quite powerful for first-time buyers, because if I look and get my numbers right, don't want to upset anybody, but that's going to be quite beneficial, because if you get your numbers right on that, you actually, up to 600K, if you bought a property, your first one, you save £11,250. Whether you save it or it gets baked into the sale, that's in demand, but it's the chance there if you negotiate well and you're a bit savvy. Also, if you buy any residential property, so any of the property investors out there or someone buying a second home, up to 400K, you're going to save 2.5 grand. Even above that, but the saving doesn't get increase as the amount goes ahead. So there's a little bit in there for you. Is there stuff more that Kwasi could do? Potentially, but I think he's done quite a lot. I'm just thinking how we're going to pay for it is on the old credit card. but it's going to be interesting to see when he does the November budget or the next one to understand his full plan, because there's a lot unanswered questions as well. But overall, for business, individually, I would be happy. So tonight, LinkedIn family, sleep happy. I hope you enjoyed my highlights of the budget and found it useful. Do like and comment. Thank you so much. Have a great day.